African Union Communications. Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing on the progress of the special military operation as of January 7, 2026. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct the special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces have improved their tactical position. The formations of the mechanized brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Kianitsa, Kondratovka, and Khrapovshchina in the Sumy region have been defeated. On the Kharkiv direction, units of 3 mechanized brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and a territorial defense brigade have been defeated in the areas of the settlements of Varvarovka, Volchanskie Khutora, Pokalyanoe, Ryasnoe, and Ternova in the Kharkiv region. The Armed Forces of Ukraine lost up to 160 servicemen, 17 vehicles, an Arthur counter-battery radar station produced in Sweden, a radio-electronic warfare station, and an ammunition depot. Units of the West Group of Forces have taken more advantageous positions. The formations of 3 mechanized, 2 assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and a territorial defense brigade have been defeated in the areas of the settlements of Blagodatovka, Grushevka, Nechvolodovka in the Kharkiv region, Prishib, Tatyanovka, and Yatskovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy's losses amounted to up to 190 servicemen, 2 armored combat vehicles, 14 vehicles, and 5 ammunition depots. Units of the South Group of Forces have improved their position on the forward edge. The formations of 3 heavy mechanized, 2 mechanized, assault airborne assault brigades, 2 assault regiments of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 Marine Infantry brigades, the Azov Special Forces Brigade, and 5 National Guard brigades have been defeated in the areas of the settlements of Belitskoye, Dobropili, New Donbass, Toretskoye, Udashnoe, Shilovka in the Donetsk People's Republic, Gavrilovka, Leninsko, and Novopavlovka in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The enemy lost more than 190 troops, 7 armored fighting vehicles, 14 motor vehicles, and 4 artillery guns, including 1 German-made 155mm Panzerhaubitze 2000 self-propelled artillery system, 1 electronic warfare station, and 3 materiel depots were neutralized. Units of the Center Group of Forces took more advantageous lines and positions. Strikes were delivered at manpower and hardware of 3 heavy mechanized brigades, 2 mechanized brigades, 1 assault brigade, 1 air assault brigade, 2 assault regiments of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 Marine brigades, 1 Azov Special Forces Brigade, and 5 National Guard brigades close to Belitskoye, Dobropolye, Novy Donbass, Toretskoye, Udashnoye, and Shilovka in the Donetsk People's Republic, Gavrilovka, Leninskoye, and Novopavlovka in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The enemy's losses amounted to more than 425 servicemen, a German-made Leopard tank, 9 armored combat vehicles, 11 vehicles, 2 field artillery guns, and a launcher of the Buran multiple rocket launcher system. Units of the East Group of Forces continued to advance into the depth of the enemy's defense. The personnel and equipment of 2 mechanized assault brigades and 2 assault regiments of the Armed Forces of Ukraine were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Verkhnaya Tersa, Gorko, Zhovtnev, Zalishchny, Zelenoe, and Rizdvianka in the Zaporizhia region. The Armed Forces of Ukraine lost over 270 servicemen, an armored personnel carrier, 4 armored combat vehicles, 13 vehicles, an artillery gun, and a launcher of the Buk M1 anti-aircraft missile system. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces defeated formations of the mechanized and mountain assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Kirovo, Orekov in the Zaporizhia region, Lvovo, and Nikolsko in the Kherson region. Up to 45 servicemen, an armored combat vehicle, 11 vehicles, an electronic warfare station, and 2 warehouses of material resources were destroyed. operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the armed forces of the Russian Federation defeated places of production, storage, pre-flight preparation, and launch of long-range unmanned aerial vehicles, ammunition and military equipment warehouses, as well as temporary dislocation points of Ukrainian armed formations in 140 districts. Air defense systems shot down 1 U.S.-made HIMARS MLRS projectile and 106 fixed-wing UAVs. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the enemy has lost 670 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 108 Sokols, and 35 unmanned aerial vehicles, 644 anti-aircraft missile systems, 26,976 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,637 MLRS combat vehicles, 32 435 field artillery guns and mortars, 51,068 units of support military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.